And every Swayamsevak knows that this is our work. So in every function, while speech is going on, Swayamsevaks, they sit quietly and think about the topic that is being told. That is the same topic. In the light of those thoughts, how much I have fared up till now, and how much distance I have to cover hereafter, and what I am going to do about it in the next year. The Guru Puja function is also one such function. Apparently, a new person will say that this is a very novel way of collecting funds. Actually, in the initial days of Sangha, in one such Guru Puja function where Dr. Hedgewar himself was present in Nagpur, the then great leader of the Vidarbha region, Baba Sahib Khaparde, he was invited as a chief guest. Sangha was new to the society in those days. In his speech, Baba Sahib Khaparde said that today I realize that Dr. Hedgewar is a great magician. So everybody propped his ears. What this new thing, Dr. Hedgewar, a magician? He said, you see, in our country, if we ask people to go to forest, catch a tiger, count his teeth and come back, there will be many who will do this feat without any fear. If we ask the individuals to catch a cobra and see his forked tongue, open his mouth, see his tongue, and then leave it in the jungle and come back, there will be many who will be able to do this thing. But if in our society we ask people to put their own hand in their own pocket and bring out their own money for some social work, rarely an individual may be found in the country of crores who can do this feat. And here I am saying, Dr. Hedgewar has taught you to bring here your own earnings and just offer them to the Bhagavad Dhwaj. Dr. Hedgewar is a great magician. Now it is true that for any mission, men, money and ammunition, three things are required. But money and ammunition is the product of men. This is not money. This is not dhanam. This is dakshina, samarpanam. Dakshina has a particular meaning in our tradition. There is a story. There was a sage, Varatantu, and he has a students in his ashram. One student, a student namely Kautsa, he had his Vidyabhasam for 10 years, completed it, and then on the convocation day, worship the Guru, offer the dakshina and leave the ashram. That was the tradition. But Kautsa had no one to look after him. He was a poor fellow. Varatantu also knew that Kautsa is a poor fellow. He cannot offer any Guru dakshina. But Kautsa wanted to offer something. So he asked his Guru, Guruji, I want to offer my Guru dakshina, but you know I don't have any money. I don't have any means. So give me 1 year's time. And I will offer you whatever you desire today. Varatantu told him, I don't want anything from you. I have given you the education, how to live life fruitfully. That I have taught you. You use it judiciously. That is my Guru Dakshina. I don't want anything from you. What you can give to me? Actually, we came here to get something. You are not here to give something. You have to go to the society after this. So I don't need anything. I have enough. I can run my ashram. But out of his gratitude, Kautsa insisted on giving something. And Varatantu suspected that he has become a little egoistic. Now I am able to earn and I can offer. And whatever Guru desires, I can offer. That type of ego has come into his mind. Therefore, he told him, all right, you are thinking that you can give something to a Guru. Then give me 1,000 cows with their horns embedded in gold. No, that amounted to the price of 1 lakh golden coins, Suvarna Mudra. And there is only 1 year's time. So Kautsa tried to obtain that money, but he could not get it from elsewhere, so he went to the Raja. In those days, kings were always Praja Palaka kings. They were never Praja Bhanjaka. So anybody who lacked anything went to the Raja. And Raja used to fulfill. Raghu Raja himself, he used to conquer so much wealth from all over the world each year. And one day he used to distribute everything. He himself sustained his life on his own field of 1 acre. He farmed that field and whatever he obtained, he used to thrive on that only. Raja and Raja Parivar did not draw out of state coffers. That is the modern tradition. So when Kautsa approached Raghu Raja, one day before that, Raghu Raja had distributed all his wealth. So he had nothing to give. And Kautsa could see that when he entered the Darbar palace, he saw Raghu Raja eating in a earthen pot, some sattu. And he came to know that yesterday only everything was given out. Now there is nothing to give. So he just offered his pranams and started returning. Oh, Raghu halted him. You came here to get something and you are not telling me what you want. He said, Maharaj, you have distributed everything. Now you cannot give me anything. I wanted something, that is right. But I don't want to put you in spot. He said, no, I am Raja and you are my Praja. If you need something, it is my duty to provide you with that. So you tell me, you need not think about my difficulties. So he said, I wanted 1 lakh golden coins. Raghu said, okay, wait for 1 day. Day after tomorrow, I will provide you with 1 lakh golden coins. Called his Senapati. Is there any area which we have not conquered, which can get us 1 lakh golden coins? He said, nothing. Whole earth is your kingdom now. And you cannot invade your own Praja. To attack the sleeping women and children was not then the way of the kings. It is again the modern thing. So, Raghu Raja said, okay, then we shall invade the heaven. So, preparations started. And intelligence also in those days was very good. So, immediately news went to Indra that Raghu Raja is thinking of invading. And the reason is 1 lakh gold coins. So, Devasabha, it was called, and just they decided that there is no point in fighting, we will lose. Our prestige also will go and our funds also will go. So, better to provide Raghu Raja with all the money he wants. So, Kubera was ordered to shower gold coins in the palace grounds of Raghu Raja. And in the night itself, that shower was done and the ground was covered with golden coins. So, next day morning, Kautsa was called and asked to take all those golden coins. He picked only 1 lakh. He said, I did not want more than this. All this is yours. I wanted 1 lakh coins, I have got them. Raghu Raja said, no, all this was done because you wanted it. So everything here belongs to you. And then another quarrel was there. Raja said, this is yours. Kautsa said, no, this is not mine. So ultimately the dispute went to Varatantu, who said, I also don't want this, so distribute this again in your Praja. So that is Dakshina. It is not that Guru requires injection. Sangha doesn't require money. Sangha started without money. Dr. Hedgewar himself was not a rich fellow. Actually, in his house, it was a house of very meager sustenance. Dr. Hedgewar didn't earn anything. He was dedicated to serve the society. He did not practice, though he was a doctor. And he could have earned much had he practiced. But he did not do that. So one day, some citizens, prominent citizens of Nagpur came for some consultations to his house. And Dr. Hedgewar asked her sister-in-law to prepare some tea and send it. So sister-in-law said, okay, I can prepare tea because there is a well in our house, so water is abundant. But what about milk? Even I can burn the wood from windows and doors to heat the water. But what about sugar? And what about tea leaves? So such was his condition. He was not a rich fellow. But Sangha started working. Guru Dakshina started in 1928. Sangha started in 1925. And the first Guru Dakshina in 1920 was 87 rupees some paisa. And the first Guru Dakshina in 1920 was 87 rupees some paisa. In those days also, it was a very small amount. Twice when Sangha was banned, there was no Guru Dakshina for 2 years. But Sangha work went on. Sangha doesn't work on money. Sangha works due to men. And therefore Sangha needs no money. And what a Swayam Sevak can give to Sangha? Sangha has given everything to him. It is Tvadiya Vastu Govindam Tubhyam Eva Samarpita. I say some persons who came at the end of the puja, they could not find flowers nearby, so they picked up some flowers from that heap and offered them again. That is Samarpan. We give only what we got. We do not give from somewhere else. We have got it and we are giving it. Tvadiya Vastu Govindam Tubhyam Eva Samarpita. We don't need money. Sangha doesn't need any money. It is the Swayam Sevak who needs to give. It is the Swayam Sevak who needs to give because he has a mission. And that mission should not be confined only to the Swayam Sevaks. Now it is high time that everybody in our society should take up that mission because there is no other go. There is no other go. Discussions about the conditions that prevail inside and outside our country are not rare. They are now a very common occurrence in our media and even in our gossips. So we know how much peril we are facing. And those who should take care of those perils, those who should prepare the society to fight for their freedom, their democracy, their constitution, somehow they are shirking their responsibility. Oh, this cost will not come down, at least till December. If you and me say that it is all right, it is a discussion. But when finance minister says that, he has the responsibility to bring costs in control. But he says no, this will not happen. 99% intelligence is all right, but 1% failure is always there. That is our view about our security. Yes, this blast will occur because there is always a slip. If that attitude is the attitude of the caretakers, persons entrusted with the responsibility to run the affairs of the country, then where should one go? There is no other go. Ultimately, the people are responsible and people should take the responsibility. I can discuss about all the problems of security, problems of our economy, problems of our social affairs. But what is the point in discussing the problems? There have been abundant discussions going on upon each topic. Upon corruption, upon state of our security, upon the machinations of China and Pakistan around our borders, terrorism inside. Much discussion has been going on. But ultimately the question comes, who is responsible? Where to go? All problems crystallized into three problems. There is a crisis of identity. Our chief guest has abundantly dwelled upon that subject. What is our identity? Are we a conglomerate of castes, conglomerate of religion? We are one nation. Yes, there are different religions, but that has been the tradition of this country since long. In Atharva Veda also it is said, Janam bibhrati bahudha vivachasam nana dharmanam prithvim yathaukasam sahasra dhara dravinasya meduha dhruveva dhenurana praspuranti. O Mother Earth, people with many languages and many dharmas live upon your surface. But like a cow giving milk to all its children, you give sustenance to everybody. That has been our tradition. We all have inherited that tradition. This is our motherland. So many religions, so many castes, so many ways of living, so many manners of eating. But we inherit the same motherland. We inherit the same tradition. We are children of same forefathers. Even science says that at least since 40,000 years, we have inherited one type of DNA. The other day when I was traveling from Bangalore to Hubli, the TC came to meet me, just to have an introduction. And during that small talk, he said, you see, Bhagwatji, we are Muslims. He was a Muslim, some Sharif, relative of Mr. Jafar Sharif. He said, we are Muslim. But what we are Muslims? We are sons of Bharat. Even in our Muslim tradition, when after death, the body is buried, there has to be a handful of soil to be put in this grave. Otherwise, that ceremony is not complete in our religious tradition. That is why Osama bin Laden, his burial is disputed. That surah of Quran is to be uttered. That from this soil you came and in this soil we are putting you. And that soil has to be there, actual handful of soil. So, where will we go? We are Muslims, yes, but we have to remain in Bharat. This is our motherland. Even our death is not complete without this. I met a Rajya Sabha member, a Muslim Rajya Sabha member. Earlier he was in Samajwadi Party, now he is in Congress. So 2-3 years back, he wanted to ask me why RSS is opposing the Sachar committee. RSS is opposing it because religious based reservation is not constitution, as our learned chief guest said. But he asked me question in the manner, he said, Bhagwatji, you see, we all Muslims, we are Hindu Muslims. We are descendant of Hindus. Got converted due to some reason. Now we are converted, but we cannot leave our traditions. So singing is not prevalent in Islam. It is opposed actually. But we sing qawwalis instead of bhajans. We cannot do without songs. Earlier we used to sing bhajans. Now bhajan we cannot sing. So we have brought qawwali. Idol worship is prohibited. But we have to worship something in place of our idols. We worship qabrs and mazars. Nowhere this is allowed in Islam except in Bharat. And then in a smaller voice said, mark me, I am not saying about the Bharat after 47. I am talking about Akhanda Bharat. From Afghanistan to Chinwin River, this Qawwali and Majar Puja is there. Nowhere else in the world in Islamic tradition. So we are actually Hindu Muslims. If we understand this, all conflicts are over. And to make a common Muslim to understand this, he has to be educated. And for education, Structure Committee recommendations are needed. Why are you opposing it? I told him, all right, I agree with you, and not because you have told me something new and I am agreeing with you. This is the view of Sangha since its inception. We are all belong to the same tradition. We are Hindus. Hindu is not a religion in our, when we use word Hindu, we don't use in religious sense. It is our identity. We are Hindustan, Hindus. Religion doesn't matter there. Caste doesn't matter there. In what way you cook your food, what you eat, what you don't eat, what type of clothes you wear, that doesn't matter at all. You are a son of Bharat Mata. You are inheritor of the glorious and hoary values of this country. A culture, Sanskriti. And you are also descendant of the same forefathers. That is the only thing. So we belong to this nation. So for us, whole society is Hindu society. There are 4 types. People like us, we say, we shout, we are Hindus, we are Hindus. People who don't shout, but they are Hindus and they say, yes, I am also a Hindu. What is there to be shout for? Then there is another type created by politics, who privately agree they are Hindus. But publicly they don't say, they disagree. And there are those who don't know that they are, and they are not, no one is letting them know that they are also Hindus. In this sense, descendants of same forefathers, sons of same motherland, and inheritors of same Sanskriti. So we are one nation. This identity is not clear. There is crisis of identity. Are we one nation? Some say after 47 we became nation. Some say before 47, when there was some sant saints and sages of this country, they tried to create one nation. Shankaracharya created his nation. We are one nation since the eternity. These 3 things are common for all our history. And beyond our history also they were there. But unfortunately, due to petty political selfishness, some doubts are created about this. Actually, this is the unifying factor. No consideration for any difference. We are one. And we will definitely remove the inequality that exists. Discrimination that exists. We have to remove it. We have to bring about some reforms in our own traditions for that. But we are one. We should be treated as one. We should treat each other as one. But that identity is not created. Everybody lectures on emotional integration. But only those emotions are promoted which create rifts and create votes also. And due to this, There is no credibility. No one believes. There is no belief in it. If you go to any place, any crowded place, the common instruction you can read on every wall is be aware of pickpockets. So wherever you go, your view is in this crowd, those I know are good people. But majority whom I don't know, any one of them can be a pickpocket. So your view is in this crowd, those I know are good people. But majority whom I don't know, any one of them can be a pickpocket. So be aware of everybody whom you don't know. That is the general behavior. Whom to believe. And that crisis of credibility is compounded by the behavior of the responsible people. Those who have everything, they indulge in corruption. So, that faith is shaken. And there is crisis of credibility. And therefore there is crisis of character. If we don't believe in each other, if we don't believe in ourselves, if we don't believe in some higher objective, then our life doesn't get disciplined. Where from discipline comes? Discipline comes through mission. If I want to earn good marks in my examination, I have to study. For that, I have to leave TV, cinema, cricket, everything. I will concentrate on that. I will rise early. I will sleep late. I will suffer, but I will get good marks. I will study. That discipline comes out of the mission to get marks in examination. What is the mission? The very natural mission for every Bharatiya is to create a Parama Vaibhava Sampanna Bharat. Prosperous and strong nation, that is Bharat. Out of that discipline comes. But when there is no faith in each other, no faith within oneself, and no mission, then naturally, gradually, the character decays. And out of these three maladies, every problem, old or new, which we are facing now, that has arrived. This is not what Sangha says, only Sangha says. If you go through Rabindranath, if you go through Subhash Chandra, Dr. Ambedkar, anybody, if you study their writings, if there might be some people who might have heard them. The essence of their conclusion is this. We cannot blame our perils on others, on invaders, on something outside us. This is due to our inner weakness. That is why a nation of crores with such a glorious tradition, such an abundant supply of natural resources, and also such abundant individual qualities, which even now all over the world are being appreciated. How can we remain a backward nation? How can we remain a corrupt nation? It is our own weakness. We have to correct it. And therefore, we have to dedicate ourselves to this mission. I will correct myself. I will bring about these corrections in this society. I will bind this society in this strong sutra of organization. That is Hindu Sangathan. Sangha is working for this. And every Swayam Sevak has undertaken that mission. And therefore he wants to test himself annually. When one undertakes some work, he applies his physical powers, mental powers, and also material powers. Tana, mana, dhana. So annually, by testing his power of contributing materially, he wants to assess his position. As a man with the mission, how much I have covered the distance. Swayamsevaks come and they offer Guru Dakshina. That is not an easy thing. How much one offers is immaterial because Sangha doesn't need any money. Yes, this money is utilized for Sangha work. But even without this, Sangha work can go on. Because Karyakartas are there. For Sangha work, we don't collect any funds from outside. Only Swayamsevaks sustain work of RSS proper. The service projects and all those, they are run on the collection from the society. But work of the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangha proper is sustained only by Swayamsevaks. Annually they collect Guru Dakshina. How? I know of one boy, a small boy of 9th class. I was Nagar Pracharak there. And in Shakha, the Gana, that is the group, the same age group, they decided that we must offer 21 rupees each this year. Now this fellow, his mother and father both work as a laborer. And they collected something and then once a day they could get their meal. That was his financial position. But he told his parents that our Gana has decided 21 rupees and I want to collect. What should I do? So they gave him some peanuts and daily he sold those peanuts for 3 months. He collected 21 rupees. Guru Dakshina function was to be held 15 days later. He kept that amount in his own home. Daily in those days, in 1970s, they used to earn some 3 rupees, 5 rupees a day. But no one touched those 21 rupees because it is a Dakshina. And he offered that Dakshina. Now he is a young fellow, earning well and working in Sangha. But this is Dakshina. He did not think that this is impossible for me. He said, Sangha needs it. I have to give it. And I also know of a Swayamsevak, an elderly Swayamsevak, who one day went to Karyalaya, some 1 month before Guru Dakshina function, and just he overheard some discussion among the Karyakartas that if there was one car available for our work, it would have been better. We would have favored better in increasing our work. So he just went to the car dealer, booked a car, obtained it, and offered the keys and all papers in the Guru Dakshina. In those days, car means 1 lakh, 2 lakh, like that. But 21 rupees and 1 lakh rupees, they don't differ in the bhava, the feeling behind giving. That is important. Amount is not important. There are many Swayamsevaks who cannot offer anything. They just offer flowers. They just offer their pranams. This is not for fund collecting. Swayamsevaks, they come and they test themselves. How can I fare? How can I give? How much can I give? Am I prepared to give? The times we are facing now are such that this should be the attitude of every Bharatiya. There is no other goal. The society has to take reins in hands and correct everything. So everyone should think, how much can I offer? Once Kennedy appealed to Americans in his speech, don't think about what America has given you. Think about what you can give to America. We are in same position. We have to think how maximum can I contribute? This contribution comes out of dedication towards a particular mission. Every Bharatiya should take this as his mission. I am not living for my career. I am not living for my success. I am living for my nation. Because ultimately, the prosperity of nation is going to bring about success in my career. Otherwise, the career and success are useless things. And therefore, each Guru Dakshina day, Swayamsevak comes and he tests himself. He thinks in his mind, what is expected of me? How can I fulfill those expectations? Increasingly, those expectations, power of fulfilling those, capacity to fulfill expectations, is it increasing or not? What should I do during next year to increase my capacity? This is samarpanam. This is not dhanam. This is dakshina. This is not fund. With this spirit, we have to perform the Guru Puja. For 86 years, 83 years, this has been regularly performed manually. And it has become a thing of habit. But with our habitual action, we should also keep in mind the purpose, the thought. Then only all these functions, all these programs, day-to-day activities of Sangha will bring about the desired transformation in our society, and society will be able to face all the challenges on its own and create a prosperous Bharat. I hope with all our efforts, all of us will be able to dawn of that day, look to the dawn of that day in their this life, in their this body, with their own eyes in this body. Thank you.